Once, as the stories we heard before, once there was a man and a woman.
Could be a grandmother and a grandfather.
Could be a grandmother and grandfather, but this man and woman had 7 children. She had 6 sons and 1 daughter. Her name was Olenka.
Actually, there also was one more young son.
Ooh, little boy.
But, you know, when you're the littlest, sometimes you don't get too much billing.
Yes, you don't. No. Well, one day, the 6 brothers, was time to go out and do some farm work. They were going to go out to the fields and do some plowing. And the brothers said to their sister, "Please, sister, we're going to be spending all day outside working. Would you bring us some supper?"
And she said, "Well, I will, but you know, you guys are always so hard to find. How will I know where you are?"
We shall take the plow and dig a large furrow behind us so that when it's time to bring us dinner, you can just follow the furrow and find us there.
Well, a great thought.
Yes.
So, as all Ukrainian women, she and her mother were very good cooks. And they cooked up a very wonderful dinner. And she packed it in a basket and she went out. But what she didn't know was in the neighborhood there was
a dragon. Yes, in the forest just outside of where the farming lands are, there was a dragon. And the dragon, he spied the brothers dragging a furrow through the land. And he thought, I have a wicked idea, I'll pull a special trick. So the dragon swooped down and he covered up the furrow the brothers had made. And he used his long, sharp tail to drag a new furrow in the dirt all the way to the front door of his house.
Now the daughter she had quite a large basket and she was walking along and she said, "Why, look, there's the furrow, just as my brothers had said. This is going to be so easy." And she's walked through the forest, getting ready to find. And as soon as she got to the end of it, it was not her brothers, but
the dragon's house. And that dragon scooped her up immediately and he threw her into his hall and kept her prisoner.
Well, meanwhile, the brothers had had a very good but kind of hungry day working.
Long
and they
day
got
working.
home.
Yes, hot. It was hot, and they came home and they said, Mother, we've been out working all day. We're starving. I thought Olenka was going to bring us dinner.
Well, she did. We cooked you very, very good food. She left a long time ago. Perhaps she got lost.
Oh, if our sister is lost, we can't have our sister lost. We must go find her immediately.
And so they went off, but immediately noticed their furrow was covered over, and another furrow, which they followed, led straight to the house of
the dragon.
Yes, you guys might have heard this story before. It was the dragon.
And as soon as they came into the entrance of the great hall, Olenka came running out to greet them.
Said, "Oh my goodness, my brothers, what are you doing here? Thank you for coming." But the dragon is out right now. He's going to come back, and before you know it, he will eat you up.
Just at that moment, the dragon comes flying down and lands in the courtyard in front of his house. I smell men. I smell many men.
It is us, and we have come to rescue our sister.
Ha! So you've come to fight me, have you? Well, I shall be the death of you. If you really want to fight, I shall kill you.
Well, we will fight because we are strong.
Well, then let us go to the threshing room where the dirt is tamped down like iron, and we shall fight.
Well, the fight went quite fast because
the dragon, with one great wall, bam, knocked the brothers ankle deep into the dirt.
And pretty soon he knocked them out, took them away to the dungeon.
Threw them almost
every single one.
Nearly dead they were.
Now, meanwhile, back in the house, the mother, the father, they were waiting along with the little boy and said, "For goodness sakes, first our daughter, then our sons are gone.
Nobody's returning home.
This is quite a problem. What are we going to do?"
Well, the sister and the brothers were lost for a while, but one day while the young boy was down by the riverside with his mother, she was doing her laundry, he noticed a a small pea on the ground.
And he picked that pea up, and he did what anybody who's ever gone to preschool did. He thought, you should plant this. Put it in, and the amazing thing, when he came tomorrow, there was a bush, and on that bush was one pea pod.
Just one.
Everyone say, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh.
He picked that little pea pod, and he opened the pea pod up, and inside there was just
one pea.
Just the one.
And then he did what anybody would do. He noticed it wasn't just a regular old pea, and he popped it in his mouth and ate it, just like your mom would recommend.
Well, after he took that magic pea and ate that magic pea, he began to grow. Why, he grew faster than anyone. Within a week's time, he was taller than his father. He just grew, boom, just like that.
He was so big. Now, what we didn't tell you, when the pea was rolling along, he looked at it and he's like, I like that rolling pea. And everyone said, oh, we should name him some cute name. So they decided to name him Kotygoroshko.
Which means rolling pea
rolling
man.
Pea. So that was, kind of a catchy name. So Kotygoroshko, he grew up and he got strong.
Well, one day his father was out in the woods. He was trying to pull a rock out of the field, and Koti came along and just picked up that giant rock. Put it aside.
And they say that boy got an idea.
Now I am truly now strong enough to rescue my brothers and my sister. I am strong and powerful.
And so, but he knew he was going to need a weapon. So he marched himself right over to the blacksmith.
I want you to make me the finest mace, very heavy mace. Ooh, I want knobs on it and a strong handle. Make me a fine mace.
So the blacksmith knew this was going to be something that was going to be important. It was going to be to fight the dragon. So he made it, delivered it over.
Aha! This looks like a fine mace. Let me test it. I shall take it and... All right, Father. Wake me in 12 days when that mace comes down. I'll get it then. I'm going to take a nap.
So it went over and he took a long nap. Well, after 12 days, his father's like, oh my goodness, it's coming. Okay.
He caught the mace, but it broke in two. This mace is not fine enough for me to face a dragon.
So the blacksmith made him another one, and this was stronger. I hope this one works.
All right. All right, wake me in 12 days. When it comes in, I'm taking it out.
Okay, another 12 days went by, and at last it was coming down. Wake up, and here it comes.
Oh, the handle is sturdy. The head is strong. Now this is a mace I can fight a dragon with.
And so he said, I'm ready to go. And he marched, he followed that furrow right into the house.
It was almost all overgrown by this time, but he followed it nonetheless.
And when that boy got there, he saw the dragon.
What is that? I smell a man. Is there a man here?
And Kotygoroshko said, yes, I am here to rescue my sister and my brothers.
So you've come to fight me?
I have come to fight.
We will find your death in me.
We will fight.
We shall go to the threshing room and fight.
And then they were ready to fight. And first, the dragon offered that Kotygoroshko could go first, but he said, no, after you.
You go first.
No, you go first.
No, you go first. Well, finally, the dragon, he just leapt upon Koti. And he banged and he smashed, and he knocked Koti ankle deep in the floor.
Well, right after that, Koti pulled his feet on out, and he got that mace, and he went over, and he went...
Bam! Right on the dragon and knocked the dragon ankle deep into the floor.
Okay, so it went back and forth. Back and forth.
Koti hit him again. Boom! Ankle.
Dragon hit him.
And then finally, with one great mighty blow, Koti bashed the dragon on the head, killing the dragon dead.
And he was gone. Now, Kotygoroshko, he was ready, and he went, and he found those brothers who were locked in the dark in the dungeon.
He pulled the cage doors open with his strength and let the brothers out. Now, they did not recognize Koti at all.
Thank you for rescuing us. We've been here forever, but we have to go. We have to look for our sister.
So they searched through the lair of the dragon, and finally they found her in a great hall. And in that great hall, gold and diamonds and jewels.
They quickly filled up bags and said, we have got to get out of here. And they started the long walk home. It took a long time. And Kotygoroshko was so tired after having fought the dragon, he sat down underneath the tree.
Yes.
And then those brothers started thinking,
Well,
we have all of that gold, and people are going to mock us if they know that this just one guy
comes along and kills a dragon. No, this is very embarrassing, and he'll get all that money.
Let's tie him to a tree and leave him there. Maybe a wild animal will eat him.
Yeah. And then we'll get our sister and the gold and we'll go back home and everybody be happy.
So they tied him up, went home. Kotygoroshko, who we know can sleep a pretty long time, slept for a day and a half. And finally he woke up and he had a big surprise. He was tied to that tree, but he was so strong he just pulled the tree up by the roots, put it on his shoulder, and headed on home. So he walked home, but he was outside there and he heard inside the mother saying, but we're so glad you're home, but where is your brother?
Well, your brother grew very large and very strong, very fast, and he's gone out to look for you. You didn't see him?
I think that might have been who rescued us.
Is this the guy who we tied to the tree? That's our brother?
We better go get him.
Oh, no.
But just then they heard outside the door a big crash.
Hey, you both burst in the door of the house. Oh, no need to save me. I have saved myself. No thanks to you, brothers.
Well, they realized the error of their way. They fell on the floor and they said, we are so sorry. We thank you. We praise you. Please forgive us. And because he was a fine-hearted man, he did. And so they say those brothers and the sisters and the grandparents, all together, they lived together in peace and harmony, and they were never ever bothered again
by the dragon.
A folktale from Ukraine.